What is up, my yoga moves us friends? It's been a while and I'm excited to be back. If you're hopping into the space, it's a yin portal tonight, so buckle up to wind down and feel delicious. I know people are going to be just trickling in here, so as you slide in, grab all the things you need to be super comfortable. Blankets, pillows, teas, oils, heck, if you want to just be in shorts and a small top and massage your body with lotion as we go, it's welcome. Anything that can nurture your moment to the utmost capacity is so invited to this class. Hello, welcome, hello, welcome. Hello, sweet honeys. So I'm going to burn a little Palo Santo. Perhaps you have sage or Palo Santo yourself. Maybe you have a candle. Maybe you have essential oils that you have or haven't, slid into in a while. So really make use of the magic you have in your house. I'll give about a minute to 2 more minutes for everybody to kind of trickle in and find their grounding and find their moment this evening. And as you're kind of getting everything together, you may have noticed already that I have a long blanket here. We're gonna start in a tried and true, my friends, a reclined butterfly where the heart can open up. But set it up, but don't go there just yet, okay? And as always, when diving into this platform with the Yoga Moves Us community, listen to your body. If something I call doesn't sound right or feel right, ignore me. 1,000,000% ignore me and do what feels good to you. And maybe that just means being in this space and taking a nap all class long. Like whatever's gonna honor you is what we're aiming for, right? And with the yin practice, so much of it is me not saying anything at all, right? I'm gonna put you into shapes and we're gonna be there for a while, and my biggest invitation to you is to just observe when the mind goes and bring it back. Use your breath, bring it back, bring it back. We'll be in holds from anywhere for 3 to 6 or 7 minutes, so they can get pretty lengthy and your body might be like, when are we gonna switch sides? Or like thinking about what's coming later in life or what has already happened today, and just bring it back, relax into it, love it, be with it. Cool. I feel like it's time now. So set up your situation. A long bolster, a blanket, anything you can get to resemble this. And come into a seat first and then just start making some contact with your body. Maybe you stretch your legs out and kind of feel all the way down. And I like to call this inventory. Take inventory, head, shoulders, knees, toes. Where is everything? What's it doing? Maybe you pull on your hair a little bit. Give yourself a little, no, definitely pull on your hair a little bit. Why? Because it feels good. Yeah, from the base of the hair, just give yourself a little yank, yank. All directions, whole skull. Massage the face a little bit, massage the neck. What aches today? What feels really good today? The chest, the side body, the back, the arms, touch it all. Take about a minute to do it. Really pedal into the hip creases. Feel the strength of the thighs, the strength of the thumbs. You know, the thumbs are incredible tools to get into the muscles. Beautiful. When you feel good and touched, good and loved on, slide those hands with some mindfulness all the way up to the heart center, one hand on top of the other, and press and lift into the heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. 2 more. Slowing everything down. We come together now. Breath in. Breath out. Gorgeous. Nice and slow with those hands. Move them down to the sides of the body on the earth and start to shift your body. So you're going to slide back into that delicious reclined butterfly, and take your time to get there. We're already in the practice, right? In the space of being mindful with our movement, with our bodies. Beautiful. So excited to have you guys with me. And as you recline back, a really important part of this tried and true staple position is that the head is supported on whatever your bolster is. So no dangling head. And that you feel spacious in your lower back. Now, for your legs, this can be a lot on the groins, especially if you have tight hips. So, and even if you are a loosey-goosey Gumby, it can be nice to just allow yourself some support. So I'd invite you to grab a couple pillows. Hopefully you can reach them and put them under your knees. And then with the back on your bolster, you're just going to move your chest a little bit side to side so you can feel into different variations of this, allowing both shoulders to pull back towards the earth. Beautiful. And then a slow slide of the hands up the body is going to pull the hair one more time. You're going to really give some release to the scalp, to the crown of the head. Take a full breath in, pull really nice. And then as you exhale, let the hands melt down by the sides of the body, the shoulders melt. The eyes soften and close if they aren't already. And this ever-continuing practice of coming back to breath, back to present, back to body. And then also inviting yourself to notice where you hold. Where are you tense? Where are you resisting? And several minutes here. Allow a deep let go. And there might be a tendency, if you're a little bit type A, you might have a tendency to force this deeper. And what's really yummy about this practice is we can just embrace gravity and let it do all the work for us. So if you find yourself really drawing the shoulders towards the earth, give yourself permission to soften. Soften the eyelids, the jaw, the chest, the hips. A really good anchor word in this practice is melt. So if you find the brain wandering, you can say melt with an inhale and an exhale. Let's start to shift the attention to the quality of your breath. Just notice, how are you breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, only nose. Is the chest moving more? Is the belly moving at all? Beautiful. Now, if you're mouth breathing, go ahead and close the mouth gently, and we're all going to breathe in through the nose, and you're going to bring that breath down into the base of your being, your bathroom muscles, your pelvic floor. So press the belly up as you breathe in, move the chest, lift the heart. Keep that breath in your body, get really big. And then exhale, get really soft, pull the navel towards the spine. Twice more, fill up, suspend at the top. Exhale, soften. Last one, fill up. Pause. Release. Beautiful. Bring your mind's eye to your palms until you can feel a little energy in them, a little heat, a little pulse. And then slowly you're going to slide your elbows back and flip the hands to the earth, and we're going to start to help ourselves up, 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 up. Keep the feet how they are, and we're going to come all the way forward. Yeah, baby. Into a butterfly. Maybe even you shift your hips back a little bit for a wider diamond. This gets into a different part of the legs and it can feel really juicy. I recommend, if you have the knee pillows, leaving them there, and or if you don't have them yet, add them in. And while we're here, this is also a great opportunity. We're not yet folding over, so we're still seated butterfly, maybe a little dizzy from that sit up. And so bring the hand to the belly and a hand to the heart. Let the eyes close and the shoulders drop. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. 2 more just like that on your own. Gorgeous. Full round in, expand. And as you exhale, slide both hands down towards your hip creases. And as you exhale and massage the legs, you're going to massage the legs all the way down as you fold forward. That's what we're going for. Folding forward, massaging the legs. Does it get better? I don't know. We'll find out. I recommend sliding the thumbs into the arches of your feet and giving them a little And even making love to each of your toes, the top of the toe, the base of the toe. So before we really melt into this forward fold here, taking our time, you know? We've got time. I think if the last year of life has taught us anything, it's that we have a lot more time for the things that matter than we ever really knew. So, are your toes loved on? Do you feel good and ready? Cool. Take a big breath in, find length in the spine, lift the heart. And as you exhale, fold forward. Maybe you bring a pillow around for a little, bringing the earth up to you so you have some support. I like to have one on my belly here and have my arms help my head. You find you though, cool? And we'll be here for several minutes. When you feel that brain wander, my dude, bring it back. Maybe you add a smile as you bring it back because you're like, got you, caught ya. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Gotcha. And again, to all my type A humans, and you know, others too, but specifically a type A brain pattern, if you're forcing this, if you're really trying to get in, soften it up, hey? Let gravity be your homie. Maybe you have a little more space to give at this point so you feel parts of you melt even heavier. Perhaps you're at threshold, and if you find yourself at thresholds in this practice, hover in them, be with them. Don't scare away from them. Just know what it feels like to be at that space. That space of tension, growth, expansion. It's not always comfortable, right? And make your next 3 breaths really spacious, really full. Surprise yourself. Beautiful. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, slide your hands down to your toes and give your toes a hug. Interlace the fingers and squeeze the toes. Take a big breath in. Feel your heart pull forward and your shoulders pull back. And a big breath out. Release the toes. Start to pedal the arms up the feet, up the legs as you invite yourself back up into a seated butterfly, and you do so whilst massaging the legs. Gorgeous. And if you had something in the middle of your belly in the earth, go ahead and get that out of the way for the time being and draw your legs together. And you know, it's a lot for the hips to be there. So bring the hands behind you and bring the feet on the earth and give yourself a little jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Maybe you pick your hips up a little bit. Oh, excuse me, hiccup burp. So it goes. And then maybe you do a little pound. So make some fists and give the legs a little pound, down the out, up the in, down the out, whatever you want. There is science behind the ways, but you know, try it all out, because why not? Beautiful. And then from here, grab your pillows and scooch them out of the way. If you have a hot tea beverage or water or juice or anything by you, go ahead and take a sip. This is a great time to get some liquid in the body. Oh yeah, Tulsi. Why is Tulsi so good? Beautiful. We're going to work into our shoulders a little bit from here and take what you need, leave what you don't. Start to crawl the body forward into a tabletop. And give your hips a big circle, because that just, anytime you go through tabletop, I mean really, we should always be spinning them hips. Cool. And then you're going to slowly, bring one pillow kind of by where the head is going to be. So we're going to come onto our bellies. And you might want a pillow, you might not, but having it nearby will be very nice. So come on forward all the way down to the earth on your belly. And bring your arms out to a T. And then we'll start with the left arm first. So keep the left palm on the earth and slide your right hand down underneath your right shoulder. And then this is the part where your left cheek comes either on the mat, or if you want the pillow vibe, please take it. So right hand underneath right shoulder, left hand pressing into the earth. First, before you go anywhere, you might know where we're going. Just take a breath in and use the breath out to move you there. So you're going to press into the right arm and come back, back, back. So you're peeling into these left shoulder, chest muscles. And then you're going to feel like this leg wants to do something, the top leg. So you can bring the sole. There's so many varieties, right? But I like to bring my feet almost kind of similar to the butterfly we were just in. Maybe sometimes leaving the bottom leg long, but it's fun to have the soles of the feet together playing, hanging out. And you can crawl that left palm around a little bit and feel where it feels the most juicy and holistic in your opening. And allow yourself those first few moments, a minute of wiggling maybe, and then settle in. Hang tight, chill out, close the eyes. Let the kids do what the kids are doing. Let the dogs do what they're doing. See if you can remain present with you, regardless of what's going on in your space. We're here for a couple more minutes, and notice the quality of your breath as you've been here unattended for a moment, and see if you can bring some depth in, bring some ease in. Notice if you're clenching your eyebrows, your face, your jaw. A good question is, how can I be more kind to myself in this moment? And a good instruction is melt. Just melt. We're here for one more minute. Find really slow, deep breath. Beautiful. Full breath in, your tummy sticks way out. And a full breath out. Gorgeous. Big breath in. And as you exhale, start to find neutral. So slide the right hand back out, let those hips come down, and come to a human T, forehead on the mat if that's comfortable. And just allow a moment here. I know the transition to the other side is something you're well aware is about to happen, but before you go there, find some neutrality. Just notice the difference between sides. Maybe wiggle the shoulders a little bit. Find a few loops. Maybe you take this as an opportunity to slide the hands back behind you and give your back a little rub. Check in with your buns, just check in with your pieces. Maybe the hair gets another tug. This is your practice. I'm just here to make suggestions. Beautiful. And both arms are way out. Now start to think about that. Let's see here. Now we're going right arm. Right arm way out. Maybe I'll have to go off the mat a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, make it work. And then the left hand is going to be beneath the shoulder, the left shoulder. And again, even though we know where we're going, we're still in this prep phase, right? We're here for the journey. So take a big breath in right here, prepped up. And as you exhale, press, travel, journey. Hips lift up. And you find whatever leg variation suits your moment. So straight legs, bent legs, feet together, whatever's clever. Maybe you let out a yeah, just a little moan of agreeance, of stokedness for your current moment. Appreciation, yeah. Now we've been here for a moment, so if you're still fidgeting, if you're still trying to work it out, see if you can settle wherever you've currently found yourself. Find stillness. Just appreciate what this is. Notice if there's anything tense that you can melt. Yeah. And then the invitation is for your last minute here. Lengthen your breath. Stretch it. Stretch yourself. Start to take a full breath in. And as you exhale, slowly roll out, roll back to neutral. Ooh, baby. And just notice that. Be gentle with yourself as you shift out of it. Find a little wiggle, a squirm, you know. Nothing you could even put a name to because it's so amoeba-like. And then from here, we're going to dive into our hips, and our hips are all different, and we need different things. So if you know about you and your body that you love a half pigeon, I'd love to invite you to a half pigeon on your left side. If you are not a half pigeon fan, or, you know, whatever, you want to do something a little different today, we'll come into a half frog. And with the half frog, you can make it a little more intense by adding some volume beneath the legs, so you're kind of cranking the amount of, what's the thing I'm looking for? Ooh, numbers and scales, degrees. The degrees that your leg is open, so it goes from, like, you know, less to more. Oh, I'm so scientific right now. And then as you bring the leg out, you're looking for some 90-degree angles between the calf and the back of the thigh, and the hip and the thigh. Cool? Oh, and we'll be here for a little bit, so if you're a half pigeoner, you know, take your time as you settle in, spend a little time in your seated pigeon and roll into that. If you're a half frogger, start to dive on in, dive down. Find a smile on your face. It's not so serious. Life's not so serious. Maybe you bring the hands to the earth for your head. Maybe you do something different. Those next few breaths you take, be big and spacious. Feel your belly against the earth wherever you are, moving towards the earth. Expansion, contraction. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to find some dismount. You're going to find some release. So if you're a pigeon, you're crawling back up into a seated pigeon, pressing into a table and wiggling your hips out. If you're a frog, you're sending that leg slowly back, and you're finding a really yummy, slow, gentle hip wiggle. Side to side, maybe the feet are involved. And then when you're ready, slide into the other side. Take your time, set it up. Find a smile on your face. It's critical. Okay. Wow, that was nice. And ride your breath down. Ride your breath in. Just tap into what a divine being you are, this life force that's moving through us all the time. So delectable, so powerful. And as you find it, as you find this side, relax into it, soften into it. Allow there to be variance between sides without judgment. Allow yourself to modify if you need to a little differently on this side. There is no perfectly symmetrical human. Like we're that's just the thing about being human. One leg's a little longer than the other, and one shoulder might be a bit wonky, so feel free to explore each side as if it's its own separate entity, because it is.
We're here for about a minute longer, and maybe you find a next level of surrender, a next level of depth. Definitely you start stretching that breath and utilizing it as a tool to release, release, release. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. We'll start to travel with the next exhale. Inhale, prepare. And exhale, press up. If you are in half pigeon, please hang out in seated pigeon for a moment. If you're in half frog, slide that leg back gingerly. And then wiggle the hips out. Half pigeons, slide yourself into tabletop or dog. Find a little release, a little wiggle, a little yum, yum. And then we're going to invite ourselves onto our back body and find a little hip opener in a different way. So, or more like a pelvis opener. If you have blocks, please grab your block. If you have just blankets and pillows, grab a blanket or a pillow. And ooh, what have we found ourselves in? Another great moment for a liquid. So invite your body up gelatinous and lovingly to a seat and grab your tea or your whatever you've got and let some liquid enter your body. Yum. Okay, we're geared up now. And as you slide onto your back, take your time. Quarter the time you would normally take to slide onto your back. Have it, quarter it, eighth it. Observe it, breathe it. Oh yeah, slow motion. Oh, here we go. Yep. And then maybe the feet are in the air. I don't know, mine are. And so if they aren't, go ahead and invite them in the air. Why? Because it feels good. So you can have them up in the air all the way. You can have them bent. And just find a little roto with the knees, the hips, and feel that massage on the back you gain here from this shape. It's yummy. Yeah, full breath in and full breath out. And then the block, the pillow, the whatever you have, you're going to place your soles of the feet on the earth. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, lift up and place that block under the hips. Now this one, my friends, again with many, many variations. So if you have, actually I'm not going to say any of that, just find what feels good. So an option here is staying in a supported bridge with your material, whatever you've chosen underneath your hips, kind of on your sacrum and just letting you relax here. If you're here and you feel called to get a deeper opening in the front of your hips, your flexors, what you're going to do is you're going to send either one or two legs all the way out. That might mean you lower the material underneath your hips so you can be here and have it not be so intense but still get this double whammy. So whichever variation you've chosen to be in, if you're doing, I'm going to do one side at a time. So I'll be cueing if you're on the one side at a time like me, I'll let you know when to switch. Well, even if I wasn't doing it, I'd tell you when to switch. Who am I kidding? Sweet. So find your moment and release into it. If at any point you're both legs out and you're like, holy, beyond threshold, this is too intense, come back up into a modified bridge or a supported bridge, okay? I trust you will do what is right for your body. And settle in. Find this sensation of in your body. be quite intense. So we're not going to be here for a long time, don't worry. Gorgeous. If you have one side down, take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then slowly travel that foot back in and slide the other foot out. And notice if you have any tension in your shoulders or hands here, or you're gripping in your toes in any way. So shift into softness. Maybe the eyebrows are holding a little tension. Relax the eyebrows. Continue to let your environment around you be just that. Your environment around you. It does not need you right now. You are perfect just as you are. Excellent. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. If both your legs are long or one leg is long, let's everybody come back into a modified bridge, a supported bridge. Yeah. And then this my friend is so good. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, one or both at a time, if it feels appropriate on your low back, bring your knees so they're just over your hips. The feet can be dangling. You can bring them at a 90-degree angle if you want a little something extra in this moment. Now I want you to feel your low back press down into your support, down into the blanket, the pillow, the block, whatever. Subtly, not aggressively, but take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, bring the knees to the chest. Slow. Really let that back body get that contrast without a rush. A little bit of traction, especially if you do have the block, there's going to be a little traction that happens here. And then if you want more, you're going to bring the hands into the knees and take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, you'll hug. Yeah, 3 more breaths like this. Full round in. And exhale, gently release the feet to the earth. Beautiful. We're going to make our way to our final shape, our Savasana, and I would like to invite you, per usual, take what you want. If a OG Savasana with nothing around and just you on the earth sounds to fit your moment, come into that. If you want a little extra heart opening like we started with, come into that. So we'll take about 15 seconds to set our moment up and recline back into it. Yeah, and this is really where the money's at, is this final rest where we've removed the blockages and dealt with our brain for the last 50 or so minutes, and this is like the final, let go. So scan the body as you get here, head, shoulders, toes. Maybe allow the hands to give yourself this contact of I love you and thank you, and I love you and thank you, and pull on the hair because we've already established that feels good. And then squeeze on the face and I love you and thank you, and finally, unravel and evolve into this final rest.
to bring you out of the rest today. That's the sound you're gonna hear. So we'll be here for a few minutes, and I invite you to be here deeply. Take a full breath in. You're gonna suspend this breath at the top. Imagine that your whole vessel is like a yacht in the ocean. You're on top. You're buoyant. The eyes roll into the back of the head. You're light. Hold the breath in the body. Keep the jaw soft, the shoulders soft, the whole body melt, 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 melt. Sip in a little bit more. And exhale deeply, surrender, let it go. Gorgeous. Now maybe you're like, set the tone, girl. I want more of that. So you stay in your Savasana, or you find some more intuitive movement and long holds that feels good in your body, or maybe you feel complete now, maybe you got a jam. In any case, thank you so much for sharing this space with me this evening. It's always an honor and a true excitement to be sharing with Yoga Moves Us. If you have any curiosity about me, my name's Carissa. I do custom macrame. I do organic holistic skincare here in East Sacramento on Sundays, so I can love on you in the flesh if you're comfortable with that. And I also share a lot of movement as well on my own stuff. So thank you so much for tuning into Yoga Moves Us, and love your feedback, comments, anything. Ask me questions. I'm here for you. And have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. And I hope to see you soon. Namaste.